you were also mentioning about how Gaga has sort of like a liking for silver foxes.
As a female to female, I respect what they're doing. They respect that I'm enjoying it. Why not have fun?
Now, see the video Till the End of Time that has already 80 million views.
They used to call me Freddy Krueger and stuff like that. And now everyone is flashing their nails like blah, 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 blah.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Latinx Now, where we examine the biggest entertainment news stories through the Latin lens. I'm Christian Acosta, sitting here with Alicia and Nastassja Bolivar. Well, as always, we have a juicy show for you all today, so let's get right into the headlines. Shakira and J.Lo's Super Bowl halftime show was a complete success, and their major sales gain proves it. Lady Gaga is officially off the market, and we're getting all the details on her new boo. We are the first ones to talk to Prince Royce about his new album, Alter Ego, and you guys need to hear what he reveals. And La Diva, La Caballota, Edie Queen is in our studio today to talk to us about her tour and latest music. All that and more here on Latinx Now.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, it's right. All right. Even though the 2020 Super Bowl was this past Sunday, honestly, the conversation keeps on going, and it's far from over. And I didn't get it. Like, it's happened days ago.
It's a midweek recap.
People are still discussing it. And, honestly, there's new revelations that keep on coming. As we said in our previous episode, J.Lo and Shakira did not receive any compensation, any money for their halftime performance. However, as we predicted, both stars have received we're talking major sales gain for their entire catalog of songs. Now, according to Billboard, their collected songs got 893% sales increase after the Super Bowl. I mean, we're talking almost 1,000% increase.
I believe it, though. I believe it. I was one of those that helped in that percentage.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And not for nothing. J.Lo, because I'm such a J.Lo fan that I've been seeing her on her tour and everything, I've been keeping up to date with her. But Shakira was one that I was guilty of, like, going back to listening to her songs and being like, oh my God, I forgot about this.
And I think it's part of their strategy to be in the biggest stage in the United States, maybe the world.
Yeah.
Because this is
not
going
maybe.
to happen.
This is it. This is the biggest.
It, right?
Yes.
So this is going to happen. It was the normal reaction for everyone who was just blown away by this performance. That the next day I got in my car and I was like, Shakira, all the way to work.
Of course.
And then all the way back, I'll just put some J.Lo.
I mean, as I was watching the performance, I seriously was like, oh, that song. Oh, that song. Oh, that's right. That song. Like, Ojos Así, when she performed that, I was like, oh, man, this is a jam.
And I think that it's great that the #1 song from the whole performance, the one that was the most popular, was Whenever, Wherever, which was one of my favorites.
Well,
it's been out for 19 years,
Right, it's
guys.
been out for 19 years, and it became the #1 song this week.
Yes.
Because originally it only went up to #6. So it's incredible that it's more popular now than when it was 19 years ago.
That's also very telling of them and their artistry, because the fact that they recorded these songs, they did these songs so many years ago, and if you play it today, it's still like a party, it's lit, like it shows a lot of their artistry.
Well, it shows like when the song has longevity. I mean, not for nothing. Remember, just a few weeks ago, we were discussing how about Mariah Carey's song, her All I Want for Christmas, went to #1 for the first time ever,
like
after 25 years.
Thing that happened.
So it's incredible.
I'm so glad for them that they're still being so relevant, and I don't think this conversation, like you said, is anywhere to be over. I want to talk about them like for the next 3 weeks, and then see the video Till the End of Time that has already 80 million views. They broke the record
it's incredible. And I mean, talking about Till the End of Time, J.Lo and Shakira basically partied till the end of time, because after their performance, they went to, of course, their separate after parties and had a really good time. J.Lo actually went to a yacht party, right? Like she threw in her own yacht party with like this ridiculous cake that cost like $5,000. Great. Shakira's friends and her team, they threw her a surprise party. And what's interesting, Shakira said, at least I did well, because now I can have a good time.
I was waiting for Piqué to jump out of the cake, to at least show up and be like, hey, happy birthday to us, what a great performance. I won the soccer game earlier right now.
And it was his birthday
too. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So, I think that he might have stayed with the kids.
I mean,
and maybe that was like...
Maybe. I'm just happy, and it's also...
I don't know. That's one of those days you got a babysitter. I'm sorry. Seriously.
But I also want to say it's also so telling how they even stay true. Within the Super Bowl, you saw them. Shakira was very Shakira, J.Lo very Shakira, I'm very J.Lo, and then you see them at the parties. J.Lo was dressed up in her way, and then you see Shakira again, like in her like t-shirt.
Of course, totally. And talking about Shakira being very Shakira, you know, she actually, a lot of people were like impressed with the dance moves that she had up there, but specifically the champeta, right? The champeta dance.
It's gone all over the world.
It's so much so that she actually has created a challenge around it. It's called the champeta challenge, right? And a lot of people really are participating on this and like learning the dance moves. It's not that easy, folks.
That was what I was going to say. Me and Nas tried it earlier because we saw this tutorial that she posted on her Instagram earlier. And I mean, you have to have that rhythm flow into you. Maybe you have to have that Colombian thing because it wasn't pretty.
Oh, 1,000% you do. I think the coolest thing to me was prior to the Super Bowl, she had posted on her IG, on her Instagram, a video talking about her choreographer, which is this 18-year-old girl from Barranquilla, and it's cool how she was giving her also that praise of like, hey, what you're gonna see tonight, it didn't just come from me, it's coming from this, so it comes from my country, Colombia. She was really, really proud to continue to talk about Colombia.
She's given her a lot of credit. Jennifer's given her dancers a lot of credit as well, you know, specifically the salsa dancers as well. So, you know, it just goes to show, honestly, it's like this whole team coming together and making all of this happen.
It was teamwork, and it showed, and it was just mind-blowing.
No, I absolutely love it so much. And, you know, honestly, like, I'm so proud. Like, it sounds weird, like I'm proud of Jennifer Lopez and Shakira, but I am proud. But you know what? Another thing I really want to mention as well is, you know, a lot of people are still talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce sitting during the national anthem. But the point of bringing it up again now is because Jay-Z now has spoken out in regards to this, and he's basically denying the fact that he kept on sitting down because he was trying to make a point. He says that he was just in work mode.
I think that I believe him completely. So he said that they just got there, they sat down in their places, and the music started playing, and then they started to see the artistry behind the spectacle. So they said, oh, she started earlier, she started late, she sang, her microphone sounds good, and then the time went by, and they just sat down and finished. But then I was also speaking with Nas, and then everyone else was standing up, so they
I just, you know, I saw what he wrote too, and Jay-Z's very Jay-Z. Jay-Z, if he wants to say something, he knows that he's gonna say it with no problem. So therefore, I do believe that he didn't do it with like a ill intent, you know? But I will say on my side, like when I first started, I was like, hey, Demi's singing, you should give her like that kind of like that acknowledgement. But I get it. He was also co-producer of this NFL.
Of course.
So he was thinking of so much.
So he's got this responsibility. He's got major responsibility with all this. So So anyway, so J.Lo and Shakira, you know, by the way, weren't the only ones who had an epic Super Bowl weekend. As you all know, Demi Lovato sang the national anthem. She killed it. And she celebrated with friends at a club. But, you know, get this, not just any club, a strip club. And also not alone with actress Eiza Gonzalez. So, good for them. You know, and again, why we're talking about this, because a lot of people are talking about
so
this.
It was like a whole deal when they didn't actually post the video. So it was someone else that was filming them in the strip club. They had the money, the strippers, the dancing, and then it became like a thing. Like, why are they at the strip club? Why don't they respect women? Like, I think that we're past this conversation. I think either guys or girls can go to a strip club, enjoy whatever they like, and then have fun, and we shouldn't be having those double standards of, oh, guys to go to strip clubs all the time, and we're not like, ooh.
I think this has been coming up since like a while back with Lizzo and Dua Lipa and Rosalia when they went after their Grammys performance and went to celebrate, and people were talking about it, like saying Dua Lipa, like, oh, why it's about like, oh, strippers, it's not right, and you're not being a feminist because but in a way you're like, wait, I'm supporting them. Exactly. And as a female to female, I respect what they're doing. They respect that I'm enjoying it. Why not have fun?
Now, do you think it would be different? Because obviously in this case, they went to see women perform, right? Do you think it would have been different and maybe people wouldn't talk about it if they went to see men perform, male strippers?
What
do you think?
I don't know. I'm asking. Thing. They would still be criticized the same way. It's either women or men. It's the fact that they're both at a strip club throwing money at girls and having fun when it's a place that.
But that's what I'm saying. If they were doing it, if they were throwing money at guys, you think it would be a topic of discussion?
I would have to disagree because I think when it comes like male strippers, we don't take it. We're like, oh, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's when the females are doing the same thing as the males, and you're like, oh, it's vulgar. It's not right. We shouldn't. So why? So I don't think. I think if they would have gone to the men, they'd be like, oh, how cute. It's funny. But because it's females and females doing the same thing a man is doing, that's when they're complaining. They're like, it's not right. It's vulgar. Women shouldn't be doing that. If they want to work and do that, and they have the confidence, they're fine. fine. Why not let them?
Now,
I see it as sorry, Chris.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No. I completely agree with you. And I actually do want to mention another thing that, a lot of people were surprised that Demi Lovato and Eiza Gonzalez were even friends, right?
I was one of those people that was like, why is my paisana
Right. So now here's like the little background behind all of that, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just basically the circle.
Explain the circle.
Yeah. So Demi Lovato's friends with Eiza Gonzalez, because remember, Demi used to date Wilmer Valderrama, who was in this series From Dusk Till Dawn with Eiza Gonzalez, right?
Played a stripper.
Right?
We've gone full circle, guys.
Yes.
I think after Hustlers, we're all okay with like
course.
strippers and pole dancing, and J.Lo doing the pole too. I think it's.
But you see, Eiza was just doing research for, I guess, maybe another Dusk Till Dawn, right?
And you know who else wants to learn how to do some work at the strip, not the strip club.
Some work at the strip,
They want to learn how to do the art. Camila Cabello, she said that after watching that performance, she really wanted to get into the fitness
Have you ever
of
done
pole
it?
dancing.
Pole dancing?
I tried, but I don't have the strength in my arms, so
Christian,
I
have
sucked.
you?
No, actually, I haven't.
I think we should go take a class.
One of the most amazing things ever. It works out every inch of your body. It also not only works out your physical, but your interior, where you feel like I'm a badass.
Person.
I feel good. I feel I recommend it to everybody at home. Try to at least.
Jennifer Lopez, when
I'm
she
gonna
did
do it.
Hustlers, said the same thing. She said her body was in total shape from that.
Yeah.
And so,
look how she looks.
right, exactly.
I am with Camila here. If this is how I'm gonna look if I take some pole dancing classes, I might as well try
Sign
it.
me
But
up.
I think it also has many other things.
That she's now committed after seeing Shakira, and again, I only bring the ages up because of the fact that they look so amazing, and a lot of people are shocked about
Right.
that. Shakira's 43, Jennifer Lopez is 50. Camila said, man, if they look like that, now I'm committed, she's saying this, I'm committed to working out at least 1 hour every day to keep myself in fit. So
Nice.
again,
Thursdays belly dancing, Fridays the pole. Got it.
I think we should all do that. We
well,
should all
this
follow
halftime
that.
show, I think, you really inspired people in
did.
one way or another,
Absolutely.
and so I think that's just incredible for sure.
And let's keep talking about it more.
Yeah, exactly. I wish we could continue talking about this. Forget Latinx Now. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl halftime now.
love it.
All right, in other news, Lady Gaga has a new beau. Yes, but, really, I shouldn't be talking about this because
Yeah.
actually, here's the real detail, right? We have, quite frankly, a major little monster who are, Lady Gaga's fans, a major little monster here, part of our production company. Her name is Catherine Adriana. So we invited her to come and talk to us because she knows everything about Lady Gaga. Everything,
What's up,
yes.
Christian? Okay, so let's get to it because everyone wants to know who stole Mother Monster's heart. So,
Yes, I want to know. I want to know everything.
first things first, he's 42 years old and his name is Michael Polanski. Now, fun thing, he graduated from Harvard and he majored in applied mathematics and computer science.
Applied
that's my type of
mathematics
guy.
and
So
computers-
he's not just
computer
any guy.
science.
And wait,
Okay.
it gets better. So he is an entrepreneur, investor, CEO, and executive director of Parker Group, which is Facebook co-founders Sean Parker's philanthropy.
So he has brains and a heart.
Everything
No.
a woman would want, exactly.
Yes, exactly. So tell us more, a little bit more about him. What
So-
do you know?
You were
What do you
telling me.
think? Do you think they started a while ago, or this is just now?
So here's the thing. He's the mystery man that Gaga spent New Year's with.
in Las Vegas.
Yes, yes. So
I
when
saw
she
those
kissed that
pictures.
minute.
There was a kiss. There was a
Yes,
kiss.
and
Yes, yes.
here's the thing. You don't just spend New Year's with any
Anybody,
random
it's
person.
true. It's true.
Yeah, but now, one thing that I did notice.
Oh, I'm
and I
thinking
do-
about my New Year's. I'm like, man.
Now, one thing I do want to mention that's a curious fact to me. Gaga did post or make it Instagram official, her relationship with Michael, a day after the news that Irina Shayk and Bradley Cooper reunited after
saw
7
that.
months.
But don't you think that's kind of a coincidence? Like, are we
Look,
going to still
I-
link them together?
I would say
Everyone's
it's a
dying for that.
coincidence, but
Yeah.
it's just like, wow, really? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's just a fun fact. It'll
it's
keep you
perfect
thinking.
timing.
I would say it's perfect timing, but still.
that's true. Kathy, you also
kind of
mentioned
interesting.
when we were discussing this before we went on air, you were also mentioning about how Gaga has sort of like a
So,
liking for
I mean,
silver
looking at-
foxes.
looking
I
at
love
Lady
that you
Gaga.
might call them silver foxes.
I love that name, by the way.
I love it.
But if you look at Lady Gaga's dating history, let's start with the first guy she got engaged to, Taylor Kinney, which I totally saw her getting married to him.
Oh, yeah, that's Salt and
He's
Pepper.
a hunk. He's one of the actors on Chicago Fire, and he's a hot silver fox. Like you,
It's true.
if
Now I'm
he's a
thinking of
dream
all the
boat.
people. Everybody's so.
By the way, I don't know. Does everyone know what that means? Meaning like
I
he's
think so.
like
I think it's
sort
a
of
general
the
thing. So
gray
silver fox is
hair,
like the salt and pepper hair.
It
yeah,
is,
yeah.
but honestly, even I find it attractive. But then let's jump into Christian Carino, who was her last boyfriend, and Christian also was a silver fox. So I feel like it's kind of like...
I'm into it, though. I think
And then this guy is a silver fox as well.
And he is a silver
so
fox
he marks
as well.
all the check marks.
Okay. Well, if she breaks up with him, I'm gonna buy one of those like summer
And you're gonna paint your
I
hair.
don't know.
What do you think? You don't know.
You don't know?
I also graduated college, maybe not Harvard, but you know.
Or applied
You're missing the heart. You're missing the heart.
Well, here's the thing. Then again,
I am missing the heart big time.
no, if you look at her dating history, they're all different in the sense that they have different backgrounds. So this one, we still don't know where Michael is from. And Christian Carino, he had Italian ties, which Gaga's American Italian, so that was perfect for her. And Taylor is fully American, so she kind of likes to be with guys from different cultures,
Good
which
for
is
her.
great.
Just to finish up then, as a fan, as a little monster, are you a fan of this new man?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't know much about him, but
You kind of know a little bit.
But,
You
well,
know
I
some
guess I
things.
kind of know something. But for Gaga to post a picture with a man so fast, who she's been seen with him just for a month, I feel like that's a lot. And she didn't tag him on social media.
Ooh, she don't want no other ladies looking at him.
I don't want them stalking.
Oh,
That
Kathy,
must mean something.
Kathy, thank you so much for
Love you,
being, for coming
Thank
out here.
you,
I know you got a ton of work to
No,
do. So,
I wish I could
up
stay, but I have
next,
to go.
I know. Up next, we have
Bye.
Prince Royce. He tells us all about his new album, Alter Ego. And we're still not over the 2020 Super Bowl halftime show, so we're recapping the big night. And Evie Queen will be joining us today to talk about her latest single, Un Baile Más. So don't go anywhere as Nastassja keeps on barking. Latinx Now, we'll be right back.
Prince Royce's new album, Alter Ego, will be available to stream February 7th. And to keep the anticipated fans on their feet for just a little bit more, Cloud got the scoop on what music you can expect in this new album, Alter Ego, and how he got started in the music biz. Take a look.
Quiero volver a tenerla en mi cama, semidesnuda, llena de ganas, pidiéndome que le haga el amor.
Experimenté con el concepto de dos lados del romance. Hay un lado romántico en el público, otro lado cuando se hace en privado, ¿no? Y creo que el primer disco, Genesis, se enfoca más en mis inicios, en la bachata, Adicto con Marc Anthony, Morir Solo, que acaba de llegar número 1 en el Billboard chart. Después tengo un segundo disco, los dos en uno, segundo disco donde se enfoca más en R&B pop, canciones como El Clavo junto a Maluma, tengo un tema con Wisin y Yandel que se llama Una Aventura.
Cuéntame un poquito cómo empezaste en todo esto de la música. O sea, ¿cómo fue la primera vez, por ejemplo, que te reconocieron en público?
En mi vida,
En tu vida.
en mi vida a los 13 años había un talent show en mi escuela y como que un par de gente, amigas y eso sabían que yo cantaba, porque yo cantaba de vez en cuando. Y me dijeron como que al momento, sube, canta un tema, y yo no. Subí, canté un tema, estaba muy nervioso.
Y ya todo el mundo se enamoró de ti.
Bueno, estaba enamorada.
Estaba enamorada ya.
Pero no, eran amigos y amigas de la escuela, pero ahí empezó como que la primera vez que canté delante de un público.
Bueno, te tengo una última pregunta indiscreta. ¿En qué te gastaste tu primer cheque?
En aquel entonces compré mi primer carro, era un Mercedes-Benz, tenía 18 años, que para mí ha sido una bendición, ¿no? Poder estar en eso de la música, también comprar una casa a mi mamá, o comprarme a mí una casa, son cosas que con quien uno siempre sueña, ¿no? No es que sea como que todo comprar algo material, pero obviamente creo que esas cosas es lo que hace como que a veces uno decir, wow.
Sí, que uno se sienta accomplished.
Puedo comprar esto, and yeah.
And yeah, well, that's very excited for him. What do you guys think about the fact that he has a double CD, like a real
I think
CD?
he has more to talk about because now he's married. So I want to hear everything that he's going to talk about.
Yeah,
a married
perhaps.
Royce, because we haven't listened to
But you know what?
It's weird because none of us go by
Yeah, but a lot of
anymore.
artists, they get into the studio and they record so many songs, and you have to cut it down to a few in one. So maybe it's just like, hey, let's just do it for both. I mean, not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, Jennifer Lopez actually came out with actual records of her earlier songs, like on vinyl,
But
I think vinyl
I'm
is like
starting
for
to like
the
vinyl.
collectionists. I get that, but CDs I don't understand. Well, anyways,
Hey, maybe some people
also,
collect them.
We want to congratulate Prince Royce and the rest of the finalists on their nominations for the Latin Billboard Awards. among them Ozuna, J Balvin, Marc Anthony, Rosalia, and many more. If you guys want to know who made the cut to go to Premios Billboard, just go to premiosbillboard.com.
Yes.
Yes. Let's say everything twice. I love it.
After the break, we're still recovering from that Super Bowl halftime show, and we're discussing who do we think should take the stage next year. And the one and only Ivy Queen is joining us here in our studio today, giving us the lowdown on her upcoming tour, Raíz No Rama. So stay tuned, because we will be back right here on Latinx Now.
Well, if you didn't know, the 2020 Super Bowl was this past Sunday, and we are still trying to catch our breath from the epic performances from our Latin queens, Shakira and J.Lo. The 15-minute halftime performance had an estimate of 102 million viewers and special cameos from Bad Bunny, J Balvin, and even J.Lo and Marc Anthony's daughter, Demi. With a halftime show so epic, so legendary, and so Latinx, how can it be topped? Well, we're here to talk about who we think should take the stage next year, but we also want you guys to tell us who should headline next year's coveted headline halftime show. Coveted.
I just think that it's going to be nearly impossible to top what we saw on Sunday, and especially how that made us feel. Like, I've never seen a performance anywhere that made me feel so much.
Yeah, no, and I felt like a lot of pride. I felt like a lot of Latin pride that day. You know, it's actually interesting, because you were just saying J.Lo and Marc Anthony's daughter, Demi. As far as I know, Marc Anthony hasn't performed at the halftime show.
You took away my guy.
But his daughter has.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah. Like, 11 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
J.Lo waited 20-something years, or 50-something years.
And Emi's there. I don't know. But anyway, so I have my sort of predictions. I'm calling them predictions, right? Because, and I'll tell you why. Because as you all know, like if you watch Latinx Now, I've mentioned it here a few times. Last year, I predicted that Jennifer Lopez would be performing in Miami for the Super Bowl, because I was like, Miami, okay, they want to bring a Latin flavor, and I was like, all right, who's better than Jennifer Lopez to do that, right? Okay, so then for 2021, it's going to be in Tampa. So I'm like, all right, Tampa, who's there? That doesn't really help me, but let me figure it out who. So my first guess would be Justin Bieber, right? And I think Justin Bieber, because he'd bring that young audience. A lot of people respect his music. You know, maybe before it was just like teeny bop and all that, but now he's on a completely different level. And then on top of that, you know, he's managed by Scooter Braun. Scooter manages Demi Lovato, who just sang the national anthem. So Scooter and Jay-Z, because Jay-Z obviously has got to choose. Right, exactly. So that's my first choice. And my second choice is Alicia Keys. And Alicia Keys, I think, would just destroy it. Like, she would be incredible. Right, at the Grammys. And I think Alicia Keys would be the perfect performer. And she would, I mean, she really, like, everyone loves it. Who doesn't love Alicia Keys?
I mean, I love it, and it's right after the Grammys. All right, guys, I'm going to give you mine. And I'm not just saying it because we're probably going to have her in-house right now, but Ivy Queen. Think about it. She will kill it there. She has so many hits. And then it's kind of like the J.Lo and Shakira, that now we're hearing it again, and you want to re-download it. So I'm voting for Ivy Queen. And then I'm going to say one more, but you already said it. Marc Anthony.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, guys, listen to this. Listen to this. Okay, so it's in Florida, Tampa. What about Florida? I think you could bring down the house. I think that would be cool. And then listen to my second option, which is a girl power again. What about a duo of T Swift and Selena Gomez?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, Scooter Braun's not gonna like that.
For sure. But I think they would put on a great show.
I like that. I think so too, especially seeing the besties up there together. They really will work off each other, kind of.
I would love it.
I see that.
Possibly, but I think if Taylor was to do it, I think she'd do it by herself. And I'm not saying that from like a selfish standpoint. I just think Taylor has so much success, so many hit songs that I think she could pull it off by herself. Not that, you know, obviously.
But they always have a special guest. They always have a special guest.
From the list that we just said here, I think we have a lot of good options for next year. So let's see who wins. But anyways, coming up, the queen of reggaeton, Ivy Queen, will be sitting with us very soon to talk about her latest single and tour that all you need to purchase the tickets for ASAP. Ivy Queen, you people. Ivy Queen. Latinx Now will be right back.
I'm the host. The queen of reggaeton, la diva, la potra, la caballota, Ivy Queen is here. Yes. Welcome to Latinx Now.
Thank you guys.
Yes. All right. First off,
flexing my muscle.
I want to talk. I know, right? You're always flexing. But before we get into the chit chat here, we got to start with listening to a bit of your song Un Baile Más. Let's take a look.
Muévete lento, pégate bien y sigue mi tempo. No abandonemos el momento, que todavía queda tiempo para un baile más antes que
Un Baile Más. I love this. So tell us about this latest single, Un Baile Más, and the inspiration behind the video that we're all watching.
Well, basically, the inspiration on the video is trying to get to a better vibe in the world, like music that make you dance. I always say that music is a language, and when you hear a song, you practically see a name and a face of a person.
Right,
Sure.
right.
And that's exactly what's gonna happen with this song. People are gonna be like, yo, if I have my last breath on air, I will dance with such and such. You know?
So who would you dance with?
With my husband and my daughter.
Right.
Yeah, I have to, I love the experience of being a mother, the motherhood, of being a friend to my husband. We are friends, we are partners, we work together, we see each other every day. And, you have to have your tricks so you can keep a man happy.
Yeah.
And I have all those
You do love.
I'm gonna write a book about it, and
You should,
we're gonna
you should.
spread that Bible all over the world.
I can't wait for that.
You should, because you also do love being a mom. That's so evident,
I
big
do.
time.
I love it. I experience it, and I learn each day from my daughter. She's always lit, which is okay.
a good
I
thing.
don't know where she
gets it from.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us about your new tour. It's called Raíz No Rama,
Raíz No
and that
Rama,
translates to root, not a branch.
Right. 'Cause
How does that happen in your life?
I use the hashtag on my different platforms, and I said, roots you don't see, but it's a main part of the growth of the tree. To the branch, to the leaves, to the reds of the tree. So I said, no matter what happened, the roots is important because it reminds you that there's something that's gonna reborn from it again.
Of course.
So that's why that's the title.
And this tour is different from your other tours, right? Raíz No Rama is not like the other Evie
Mamacita,
Queen tours.
No,
Why?
because I'm not on a plane. I will be on a tour bus with my whole crew.
Wow.
It's my first experience. I'm a virgin when it comes to that, all right?
When it comes to riding on a bus. Right?
Don't start because you're gonna get me started. You see, he like
I think you should get her started.
He like fire. He like fire. So I'm gonna be on a tour bus. I'm gonna have podcast. We're gonna address different subjects of life. People see on my Instagram and on my accounts I post food, and they want to know how did I made it, and
Of course, we all want to know more about
all the stuff.
everything you do.
But
what about the podcast? Like, what are you going to talk about it? What's it going to be about?
You have to
We're
listen
gonna
to
talk
it,
about
Chris.
men, of course.
Oh, that's even better.
Some subjects will be about men, and some subjects will be about us. How
great.
to take care of us, what to use, what to not use, how to address certain subjects
That's
in
great.
the relationship. Because basically, all my fans always write to me asking me for advice.
Yeah.
So I feel like this huge social worker or therapist
And
come
I
with
think-
music on
I think
the
you
on
have
the
a lot
background.
of wisdom to drop. So I think.
Well, I
Some
definitely,
something.
and I think that it's very obvious. Like when you talk to like a Cardi B or Rosalia, they mention you a lot of times as their inspiration and all of that.
Big blessed.
What is that like? How does that
feel
feel?
so proud because I see a resemblance of me every time that I see nails, the popping colors. I'll be like, oh my God! When I came out, they used to call me Freddy Krueger and stuff like that. And now everyone is flashing their nails like. Blah, 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 blah,
So you took all
malamente,
the-
hey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you took all that beating for nowadays. Everybody be like, wow.
That's true.
So you see, when I see it, I feel proud because I helped build the bridge.
That's
so the
true.
ladies
Yeah,
can walk
for
on it.
sure.
great.
You know what? You helped build the bridge for my career because I always tell you this.
He does.
Evie Queen was actually my first celebrity interview that I did. Yeah, imagine Evie Queen as the
That's
first.
huge.
So
That's a
I
really
was
big
so
one.
nervous. So
Yeah, he was.
you're incredible. But
Thank
yeah,
you
so the Queen for sure
so much.
fits it solidly.
Can I ask you
that
something
name.
before we leave?
Uh-oh.
In the beginning, you would say that you were dropping down and DMs and trying to get people to. Is it now that you're, especially that Evie Queen we're seeing everywhere, you have this Raíz No Rama tour. Now, do you have people sliding in your DMs?
Of course I do.
Of course,
Yes,
bro.
that's
of
the only thing
course.
that matters
That's
now.
exactly it.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that so much. Well, Evie Queen, you know, seriously, thank you so much for
Yes.
everything,
guys.
for
Thank
everything. Not just for coming on the show, but for being an inspiration for Latinos for a long time. You're incredible.
That's
And for
beautiful.
women and just for, you know, everyone in general. So thank you so much. All right, but we got to go now. But remember, you guys can watch us en español every Saturday at midnight on Telemundo. And also don't forget to follow us on Instagram and also on Twitter at Latinx Now. And on Facebook, facebook.com/Latinx Now. Evie Queen, thank you so much. The queen, the queen.
Jamming to the
Friends,
song.
ciao
You
for
need to do a
now.
remix for us on top of the song.
Yes.
That's what it
Please,
is.
let's do that.
Ciao for now, everybody.
Yo, I'm in. I'm in. You know that. Dude, I do it all. Hey, if you like getting the top entertainment stories through the Latin lens, then subscribe.
We talk everything from Rosalia to Beyonce.
All the things. All the things.
Press
Subscribe.
that button.
Press it.